Hi guys, Brendan with Quackpack. This week we're going to be talking about the Mosin-Nagant rifle. Let's talk about it.
Introducing the latest sensation from Genesee, Black Cherry Vanilla Keller Beer. Crafted with the finest ingredients and hints of black cherry and vanilla for a refreshing twist. Taste the flavor of that in-between summer and fall season in every sip. Our harmonious blend of smooth vanilla and vibrant black cherry perfectly balanced in every sip. Genesee Black Cherry Vanilla Keller Beer, where every sip is a celebration. Discover the flavor, available until October of this year.
All right, so this particular model is the 9130. There was a couple different models of the Mosin-Nagant. The 9130, I'd say, is probably one of the more standard ones that you'll see. You'll probably be more ubiquitous than anything else. This particular model was made in 1927. So as every Redditor that owns a gun knows, it was made in 1927. That means this definitely saw wartime stuff. So this gun's worth $3,000. False, actually. Just because it was made in a time when, you know, before or still during wartime does not mean that it saw service. Just something to keep in mind. Don't overpay for these, please. They're not worth $2,000. Don't ever pay. So this gun here, if you can see, this one's a little nicer because it's got what's called the hexagonal barrel. These hex receivers is what they're called. Were made in peacetime as opposed to wartime. And I'm gonna show you this one because this one's kind of funny. I got this really cheap at my local gun store. This one's just a round body here. So again, that's just during wartime, they didn't really care. So they just had to get that receiver cut, as opposed to the hexagonal receiver. They'd put a little bit more time and effort into it. So 9130, here we go. It's a bolt action, magazine fed, internal magazine. It is not external. It is fed using stripper clips. It holds 5 rounds of 7.62 by 5.4R. A lot of people think the R in that stands for Russian, so they'll call it 7.62 by 5.4 Russian. It's not the case. It's 7.62 by 5.4 rimmed, because as we look up there, that little rim right there. So it's a rimmed piece of cartridge. This gun was invented in 1891, so it's been around for a long time, seen a lot of service. This particular model, like I said, was 1927. My daddy got me this. This is a daddy present. As everybody knows, Bob Quackenbush, not the biggest gun guy, but for one of my birthdays, our local gun store got a shipment of these in, and I got an all-matching serial number one. So for like 200 bucks. So he got me this. Honestly, this gun shoots tax. It is a great shooting rifle. The stock is leaving a lot to be desired. I'm gonna probably have to refinish it. I mean, it is just beat to hell. You know, a lot of this enamel's coming off, but it is what it is, whatever. You've got your elevator sights here. That's how you'd adjust them. And by going to the number up top. So here to the 1, that's your battle sight. And this is in meters, not yards, and so on and so forth up. It is to be noted that other models of this that aren't made in Russia, like the Finnish, has a different rear sight system, and it's objectively better than this. Again, this is just a little bit less tolerances. So just something to keep in mind. If you see a Finnish one pop up, it's gonna cost a little more. There is no safety on this gun per se. There's no crossbar safety, there's no thumb stock safety. So nothing there, nothing there, nothing on your thumb stock, nothing up here like the couple that we've seen before. So you could actually just fire this gun by bumping it like that. There is, however, you could pull on the bolt and lock it back like so. So now you can pull the trigger doesn't do anything. So that would be your safety ish. But again, being able to kind of pull that back and do that in a stressful environment with a adrenaline dump, not the easiest thing, but that would be your safety. And again, it disengages your trigger there. This does have a pretty nice trigger, honestly. For being, it is a single stage, and once you kind of take up all that weight, it breaks pretty easy. Otherwise, like I said, I brought this out. I've shot a lot of rounds through this gun. It shoots really well. It's a great shooting gun. Bayonet would be a traditional spike bayonet. I have it. I don't know where it is right now. And then you'd have your cleaning kit, your ramrod would be right here, and that would screw in to the front. Usually when you buy them, you get like a little a couple other pouches to hold these stripper clips of ammo, and then usually get like a cleaning kit with it too. When you buy like the crated stuff. All of that would have been kind of all original or whatever you want to call it. So these are both 7.62 by 5.4. If you notice, there's a distinct difference. So this is called a Spitzer bullet on the left. This is a round nose bullet, okay, on the right. It's not too much of a difference. In other rifles that we're gonna cover, it does make a difference as far as which one you'd be shooting for your sights to be accurate as far as yardage is. So just something to think about. You can buy this in round nose, and you can buy this in what's called a Spitzer, which is traditionally what you see today are the Spitzer bullets. So that's what you'd see. They come on that 5-round stripper clip. You'd open it up, you'd put that stripper clip right there. That's what that does, that holds it. You'd put your thumb fully on top, and then basically, it's really not easy to do like this. I don't like covering up the camera, but you'd push it right down, and then you're all in there. Of course, I'm not gonna do it well the first time or in front of anybody on a camera. And that loads your magazine, so now your magazine's loaded. If you needed to eject from that magazine, got this little guy here, you can open it up, and all your rounds drop free. So if you have malfunctions, which I've had a few in here, that would be a way to be able to clear it, is you gotta drop it out, and then you get something like this where the round just does not wanna come. So again, we are clear. Verify, there's nothing in there. So you would have an elevated sight. This goes up to 2,000 meters. I mean, your effective range is not going to be that. You're looking at like 600 for your effective range on this guy. Metal butt plate, as you can see. And it comes with a canvas sling. Again, this is what most of them come with if you buy them from the, you know, when they did the crate thing. They don't as much now because for some reason, the prices of these are very conflated and kind of ridiculous. This one right here was made in 1943, okay? This is what's called a sporterized version. You'll see a lot of these guns or World War II era guns, and they're called sporterized. So what that is, back when the war first ended and everybody could get a military gun, whether a Mosin-Nagant, whether Mausers, Swedish Mausers, Kar 98s, anything like that, you could get them for dirt cheap at the time. So, you know, back in the day, you could get a whole crate of these for 25, 50, 100 bucks, whatever. That's all the stories everybody tells. It's irrelevant now. Because they were so cheap, what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to make them into hunting guns. So we're gonna cut them down, right? In the woods, this is just too big. I can't bring this in the woods. This is not gonna work for me. It's too big, too heavy. Can't do it. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna lop off the barrel and I'm gonna take off half this wood. So what did they do? They lopped off the barrel and they took off most of that wood. Whoever did this job here did a pretty good job, I think, on the fore end. And they did not do a terrible job at the end here. They did not a good job on this front sight, as it is atrocious and cannot shoot. So what I did is I mounted a forward rail on the front here where that rear sight is, and I mounted a long eye relief scope. So this is now effectively a scout rifle. You know, scout rifle, scout scopes, that's what they're called. You'll see them, I don't know, 70s, 80s thing, it was kind of bigger. But this thing kicks like an absolute mule. I bought this rubber pad to put on the back. The wood on the back was kind of degraded, so the screw wouldn't hold anything. So that was stripped, but this rubber butt pad is absolutely needed because this thing kicks so hard. It does not feel good. So even with this, it's uncomfortable. Just because this gun's so light. This gun is so light in comparison that the recoil of this is pretty significant. It is a pretty large round that you're shooting at here. Again, these are, you know, sporterized versions. You call them FUD guns, anything like that, where these guys will take these gorgeous guns and do whatever they want with them because there were so many of them at the time. They were everywhere. You can't really blame the guys, you know. If I could buy 10 of them for 40 bucks, I'll buy 10 of them for 40 bucks and cut half of them in half and do jokes with them. I mean, I would have done the same thing. Quick tip, if you ever want to check your barrel to see if your barrel's shot out or not, right, to see if your barrel is still worth something, you can kind of judge a barrel. It's not the best tool. Micrometers will help you, but just a quick tool is you can take your bullet tip and you can actually insert it into the end of that barrel. And you can see that there is all that space there. That's good. So that means that there's still enough barrel that isn't worn away, that you're still making good contact with all that lead. If you do that into a gun that is, you know, that barrel's worn out, you'll see that it'll just go straight to the brass. And then you know that your barrel's worn out. Does that mean that you have to stop shooting the gun? No, absolutely not. What it means is your gun is going to be significantly less accurate than it would be if it had a proper newer barrel or anything like that. Kind of a quick one, mainly because my whiteboard fell and broke all my notes, so I don't have all the notes on this. For that, I'm sorry. So, again, that's it. I'm Brennan with Quackpack. This is Mosin-Nagant M9130. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click that little bell to get notified whenever we post a video.